It's Championship Super Sunday in Cape Town, and it's gold medal finals time in the men's draw, and it starts with an ace for the team in red. The world number ones, ranked number one at this tournament, the Olympic and world champions of Anders Moll and Christian Sørum, going up against the team in yellow, the young pretenders from Sweden, David Åhman and Jonathan Hellvig, locking Volley Viking horns with their opponents. And there we go, a little early show of just what this team can do under pressure.
Definitely looks like the Norwegians are playing into the wind, that first ball really dropping. So maybe a little bit of an advantage on the right-hand side of the court, right hand of the screen that we're looking at. What a swing.
Beautiful start from Norway. That was the voice of Volleyball World expert analyst, Olympic champion Kerry Potthast, alongside me, Simon Golding, for what could be one of the encounters of the season. But having said that, Åhman and Hellvig have already been involved in a few of those here in Cape Town. A 33-35 set and a 25-23 final set against Meeuwsen and Brouwer of the Netherlands. Well, this is good stuff. I just wonder, Kerry, if Norway are going to really enjoy the challenge and this will pique their interest, as it were, in this final.
Yeah, well, you talked about earlier that they were beaten by the Swedes throughout the year, but that was quite a few months ago, and I just think that they've played a lot and there's a lot of video content of them now, and perhaps the Norwegians will be watching. They still have to stop them, though. That's the thing.
And there we go. That's their not-so-secret weapon anymore. The option ball clubbed by David Åhman when Anders Moll was about halfway up the court. He'd run 4 meters before that ball was clubbed past him. Nicely done. Well, they're going straight after Sørum. Early doors here, the Swedish duo, but Sørum coming up with a couple of priceless kills.
Sørum sides out like a machine. Not many teams will spend too many serves on Anders Moll.
Yeah, good work. Option ball again. It's their positioning, their location on court to make those hits that is so impressive. And they've got round to the right side, if that breeze has picked up, without too much damage.
Yeah, it's the positioning of the pass. So the pass is done on purpose. It flies out to the right from Hellvig to give his partner Åhman every opportunity to hit that on two.
Not unmasked the jump set just yet. Back set from Sørum, back set from Moll to Sørum, just to cope with the fact that pass had drifted a little straighter onto the net.
Still has a look and still hits hard, straight at Åhman.
Here he is, Mr. Block. Anders Moll up to the net and still can't quite get there in time to get penetration, and that's what that option ball takes away. It rushes the blocker.
Again, passing quite wide to the side.
Well, it's very effective, but Sweden almost making Norway's brand of volleyball look old-fashioned, because Sweden have hit option ball after option ball so far.
Well, I was just going to say that Norway play pretty standard up and down play. They'll run around behind every now and again, but they do it so well.
If it ain't broke and all that. First three-touch play, and it's roofed by Moll. So first block from the man that is a machine at the net.
And that's where he's just going to not get frustrated. Look at the reach over to stop that angle. He sees that he's hitting there. It's probably not his zone that he was supposed to be blocking, but he takes it out anyway.
Good shot. Really good shot from Jonathan Hellvig.
That's incredibly fast and wide set. And Moll just leaving too much line open. Hellvig takes it.
Åhman serves Sørum again. He runs around the back once more, and it just opens up so many angles, and he's so accurate. Well, this is a really nice start to the game. Both sides in a superb side-out groove. But it's already a 3-point advantage for the Norwegians. Big serve, takes out the option ball. And that's what they've got to do today, Norway against Sweden. Oh, and that was a mistake. Miscommunication, but Sweden still managed to scramble the point.
Well, because they scramble a lot on the second play with their creativeness, when they get into a scramble situation, they're still so aggressive on the hit. You see here, they get in each other's way, but just the aggression on the hit gets it through the block.
That was some play from David Åhman to get to the ball, just to make the set. Hellvig serves. Once again, Moll is the setter, just takes it high off the hands, Sørum. Chance for Sweden, defended. And that is the best of Moll and Sørum.
A couple of times now, Sørum has used that short play, the sort of half-cut shots, not all the way to the line. But it's really bringing Åhman forward, and he doesn't like that by the looks of things.
Good pokey defence. And then into the block of Hellvig. So a bit of joy at the net for Jonathan Hellvig.
Good point for Sweden on that occasion, just to keep that from coming back. Hellvig really pressing over the net, putting a lot of pressure on, just getting that one hand on the angle. That's all he needed.
So a couple of hits that haven't gone down for Sørum, but he just changes it up. And at the moment, David Åhman, who's one of the biggest tricksters on the tour right now, is getting out-tricked by Christian Sørum.
What a beautiful hand set from Anders Moll.
He's been hitting his jump serves hard. And he goes again, trying to break down the option ball. Beautiful pass from Åhman. Not quite under control there, Sweden. And they've paid the price. And they're getting cut to pieces at the moment by Christian Sørum in offense.
And that's the problem with the Swedish attack. If they go for too much, and they risk that sort of play. And again, the short ball from Sørum.
And a little bit of a reset required for the young Swedes, who are coached by Anders Christiansen. And a man you know pretty well, Kerry Razzie.
Yeah, Rasmus spent a lot of time in Australia working with a lot of different coaches when he was a player. Would have learned a lot of stuff along the way, as with all the coaches often have had some playing experience, learnt from a bunch of different coaches themselves to then form their own different ideas about how the game should be played. And the Swedish team really changing the look of the game. I mean, many years ago players started jump setting, and in fact the Australian men were doing that in the early 2000s.
Yeah, Josh
But
Slack,
no one
Andrew
really
Schott,
took it on
people
like
that.
these two, and the way they push the ball out so far, and they're just doing it all the time. They just don't let up.
It's impressive stuff, it really is. And then let's not forget there's a very specific coaching staff on the side of the Norwegian team as well. Former Olympian mum Marita and dad Kari, both ex-beach volleyball players, and Kari awarded Coach of the Year back in 2019 for his work with this Norwegian team. But as he said, he needs Marita there because he sometimes struggles with the balance between father and coach. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. That is just awesome from Anders Moll.
Well, you called it before, one of the best, if not the best blocker on the World Tour. Definitely at the moment. The amount of angle that he can take just by reaching over to the left or to the right, and he's still so strong in his shoulders.
Wants to block number 2, just trickles the ball over, option coming, and this time he was ready for it, but still couldn't stop the high jumping Jonathan Hellvig.
Well, what works well for both these youngsters is they can hit to the left, they can hit to the right. Both of them have got such great range.
Yeah, you made the point in commentary yesterday, Kerry, that what looks like a bad pass from Sweden very often turns into a peach of a set because of their mobility.
Yeah, they do that. They practice that pass, and they're doing it all the time. There may be some times where they do the up and down pass depending on where the ball goes, perhaps through the middle. But definitely when they're out a little bit wider to their sideline, they purposely pass that out. And it, you know, there is a little bit of danger or risk involved with that. It could be a little bit too much. It means that the pass is different all the time instead of just the up and down pass.
Our bronze medalists, we just saw a shot of Duda, who won the bronze in the women's draw with Patricia today, the other world champions featuring on Championship Super Sunday. And on the men's side of the draw, the world champions in Rome, Moll and Sørum, making the perfect start to this game against the team that beat them in Munich a little while ago in the European Championships. A day that Anders Moll will remember for a long time. I have never seen him look so under pressure blocking. There we go. And that's exactly what they were doing in Munich. That is just wonderful.
Well, if they've ever played indoor, if Anders Moll had much of an indoor career, that would just be a reminder of being a centre blocker. And I don't know, I hate being a centre blocker having to go sideways along the net.
Make the big guys move laterally is always a good plan, and that's really cute from Sørum.
Sørum's making a lot of these plays short. I wonder if that's something that they've seen. Åhman's not as successful in defence with the short plays.
Okay, they change up the target. Again, the option ball hit by Hellvig. Both men can hit the option ball well. I think that's a really good observation, Kerry. And he definitely doesn't look as fluid moving forwards as he does side to side. I mean, he is a stunning defender when he's covering the whole court deep. But moving short, he's not gone after a lot of balls. And that's a good leave. Well, the senior Vikings have this game under control at the moment. Another good shot though. This Swedish pair are still showing us what they can do, but just imagine what they will be able to do in a few years' time. Åhman just 20, Hellvig 21, and already installing themselves as potential medal favourites for Paris. Yeah, good shot. Good shot. Wow, Sørum is cranking the ball today.
Falling back off the net as well, still has so much power in his arm. Finding the middle of the court.
Big shot, tight, and brushed past the block by Jonathan Hellvig. And they are refusing to back away from their tactics, the tactics that have got them to this final, Sweden.
Well, I think that's a great tactic for any team, really, against the Norwegian block. When Anders Moll is coming straight at you like that, why let him get set and be in a perfect position to just block you out? You may as well just make him have to struggle to get his hands up.
Big serves, they go after Sørum once again. And Sørum goes into the net, so a few errors here and there from Christian Sørum. But it's scant consolation at the moment for Sweden, who still have 3 points to find on their own serve. It's genius. It's absolute genius. He's just holding, watching, and then playing.
So patient as well, both Norwegians, Moll and Sørum. They're not letting the fact that they're just getting punished on that second ball play from the Swedes affect them at all.
Well, he hasn't touched one of those shorter plays yet, Åhman. Oh, wow. Moll getting closer and closer to the option ball.
Yeah, you wonder about that. It gets in the head of you a little bit, you know. You're hitting past, then he's getting a touch, and then he gets a block, but the block goes out. What comes next? Do you set the next ball?
First of all, Sørum has to take care of the side out. Åhman's on one at last. And still it doesn't quite come. And Sørum puts it on a plate for Mol to hammer into the sand.
Looks like both teams were just playing within the 3 metre line, and that hit was within the 3 metre line, being the 3 metre line on an indoor court.
Just warm-up stuff. This is brilliant. They've continued bouncing the ball into the main match. What a good serve. Great pass under pressure there from Hellvig. And they get the reuse option. No, jump set. And there you go. And he fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker.
The choices that they make, the Swedish team, on whether to jump set or whether to hit the ball onto, are often very, very timely.
Sørum getting a lot of work. And still finding those shorter shots. And it's pretty good stuff here from Christian Sørum to be that brave on that many plays.
That one's a really hard shot to make, because if you make it too short, the blocker will turn and get it. And if you make it too long, well, you've got the defender there waiting to grab that with one hand.
Sørum then to serve. 4-point advantage for the Norwegians at the moment. Quick set, regulation stuff. I mean, it's ridiculous, isn't it? That was a fast set out to the antenna, and that's regulation stuff from Sweden.
Yeah. It's so hard to block as well when it's coming that fast. It was actually a perfect distance off the net too, to be able to swing off high and hard off the hands of Mol.
Now, Kerry, I just wonder if Jonathan Hellvig now is going to restrict his jump a little bit. He's been over jumping and being beaten every time. I think he has to play a role on the shorter shots from Christian Sørum. Still commits flat out. Sørum comes up with the big shot into the pocket. Great dig from Åhman, and then works the angles very nicely off the arms of Mol. That's a great point for Sweden.
Well, they just must spend hours and hours making those sets out to the antenna, because the sets are perfect. Gives them the opportunity. Look how far Mol has to reach, and gets his fingertips in the way. Big
point this for Sweden. And they don't make it. In fact, they don't get anywhere near it. And yet again, Christian Sørum has just battered it past blocker and defender. Here we go. 3 set points in the opener in this men's gold medal final in favour of the world and Olympic champions. Option taken. Good swing.
The great thing about hitting the second ball like that is the whole play is in front of you, so you're going forward towards the net. You can see whether the blocker's there or not. You can see the defence. Makes it a lot easier than having to look up to a ball and losing the court.
Well, some debate here with the scoring table about who's going to serve next, which isn't going to help Sweden with this delay. Also, it won't help Sweden if Jonathan Hellvig has to serve and run to the net. That's not ideal. Here he comes. Again, on the reverse. This for the set. And it is long. It's long. Wow, a little bit of pressure then. Getting to Christian Sørum.
Still looks pretty relaxed. A little smile there.
Surely not another epic from Sweden. Sørum for the set. And third time of asking, Norway get it done. And they close out the opener in this men's gold medal final. Mol and Sørum of Norway lead Åhman and Hellvig of Sweden by 1-0 here in Cape Town.
What I loved about that last point was it was exactly the same as the point before. He ran around behind, he got the same set, and he hit the same way. So it's just like training. Okay, didn't work, I'll just do it again. Make sure it's better this time.
Cat and mouse, very Daniele Lupo. He used to do that a lot. Here you go, here's the same shot again, but I've scored the point this time.
Traditional beach volleyball wins out in the first set against the more creative beach volleyball. I don't know if there's a name for that. The style of play that the Swedes have.
Travis Muherter, one of our fellow commentators, would know. He's got a name for everything. Every play that comes up, he's got a name for it.
I'll have to ask him if he's listening. Send us a message, Travis.
Yeah, he played in the event here in Cape Town. Always great to be talking to players who are out there on the sand and doing it. It really is a very special thing to be involved with, but also it's a big demand as well for the players to keep travelling and winning. Away we go with set 2. Norway, the Volley Vikings, are in charge against their junior Scandinavian partners from Sweden in the yellow shirts. David Åhman and Jonathan Hellvig, and my co-commentator, Olympic champion Kerry Pott, asked alongside me on the mic. The game has delivered. We've seen high-quality volleyball all the way through so far.
Two very different styles of play, but two very successful styles. So the best of, probably the best of the particular styles, if that makes sense. The faster plays, the creative plays, the big hits on two versus the more traditional beach volleyball.
Oh, wow. Shank pass from Sørum. You do not see that very often.
And then the funky plays in between.
Good start this from Sweden. Remember, rather ominous stat in favour of Norway. They still haven't dropped a set at this championships. Another cracking serve. And that's a good side-out play, despite Åhman's best efforts. I would surmise from those last two serves that it's getting a little bit trickier to receive on the side that Norway are at the moment, Kerry.
It looks to be that way. It's hard to tell because we can't see the flags. They're up the back at the top of the stand. Sometimes you can see the players' jerseys flying around a little bit.
And serve errors coming from Norway at the moment. They've not got the ball in court with the wind on their back by the looks of those flags in the grandstand. That's the way it's blowing at the moment, but it does swirl around a bit here on Grand Parade. High set, very high set, and that is just a line over of the highest quality.
It's just textbook the way that Christian Sørum has a perfect timing on his jump. He looks, he sees the opening, and then he makes the most perfect shot. He couldn't do it any better.
Good block, there we go. And at last, Anders Moll has got his hands on an option hit from Sweden.
Again, just being really patient, waiting and having to just go a little bit to the side to grab that one. He reads the arm so well of Åhman.
Third monster block for Moll. Now he's gone cross-court on both, so watch him leap into the angle here and saw him disappear the other way. Oh, wow. He's just tracked it wherever he wants. It's just out, though, but another great try from Moll.
It's good for him to get a touch on that block on the third touch after a jump set. Just too much heat on the hit.
Good decision to leave the option alone and just run to the player. It's just incredible. He's putting so much heat on those cross-court shots, is Sørum.
The thing that makes it even harder is that he has a big look just before he hits it, and he still contacts the ball perfectly, and that is a very difficult part of beach volleyball, is to look, take your eyes off the ball, and then come back very quickly and strike it.
And do you know what that's called? Timing. It's all about the timing. Very nice, very nice. And timing is just exquisite here as well from Sweden. We got 4 players contacting the ball quite beautifully at the moment. Well, we've seen where this game is going now. Sweden are going to put everything down Christian Sørum's channel, bar the occasional serve to Moll. And it's going to be about how well Christian Sørum continues to side out in this game, I think.
Well, he's definitely had a lot of practice siding out. He's always taking his fair share of the side outs in every match.
There's another block on the option. Great pokey set. Oh, we're seeing everything now in this rally. That is stunning. and it's gone against Sweden. The referee's call stops a fantastic rally. And referee Lowry having none of it from Jonathan Hellvig. There's the pokey set. That is a beautiful shot. Then the continuation play, and the set, Karambula style, straight off the first ball. Your thoughts, Kerry?
Oh, well, looked pretty good to me.
Well, call is made. Referee's decision is final. Sweden have to go again. They go again on the jump set just to make the point. What a shot.
Absolutely crazy set. How he gets his body contorted to be able to set that so perfectly to the side and keep that ball off the net. I don't know how he does that.
Insane from David Åhman. And then Hellvig follows it up by nailing a little jump floater into the corner, and we've got the full 360 low 5 from the Swedes. They're happy, they're level.
Well, again, Norway needing to stay really patient with this young team if they want to take out the second set. But Sweden just need to keep on pushing, being aggressive, not start to think of anything other than the next point.
It's all about Sørum on the Norwegian side out. It's about how well he put this ball down, and he doesn't beat Åhman this time, who does beat Maul. And Sweden now are rolling in this men's gold medal final.
I just don't get how he can get so much bounce on that ball. I mean, he's laying out flat and he gets up and he's still able to hit that one straight down. What an angle.
It's an absolute screamer from Åhman. Pressure's on for Sørum. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. And one of the best in the business responds as only he can.
Just so cool afterwards as well. Not a big celebration, and that's what these guys are known for, the Norwegian team. They're just very steady.
Back to work from the service line. Moll going to try and break this Swedish pass down again with a big jump serve, and not getting too much joy at the moment, Norway. Their serves have deserted them.
World champions proving anybody is on the back shot.
Another good serve. Oh, it's just out. Trickles along the net and away. And Kerry, there's still a long way to go in this set and potentially in this match, but I'm going to suggest here that Christian Sørum and Norway are under a lot of pressure and in a bit of trouble here.
Well, Christian's definitely under pressure. There's no doubt about that.
Again, goes to the reverse, and again, literally daring David Åhman to move from his defensive spot. And Åhman stays planted, and so he just goes with the shot he was showing.
I think Sørum really loves being served. I think he enjoys the cat and mouse. He's got all the shots. He's got the short shots, the line shots. I haven't seen a rainbow shot out of him for a while, but he definitely has the power as well.
Shot, really good swing. That's a beautiful high hand from Jonathan Hellvig.
Has to go pretty high to get past Moll on that occasion. He knows that he's got a big angle, the longest angle from that side, far left to that corner.
Yeah, nice finish. The other thing that might be quite disconcerting for Norway, Kerry, is the fact that the crowd seem to have adopted Åhman and Hellvig, the Swedes, and I don't think the Volley Vikings are used to crowds cheering against them.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure they may not even notice it. I mean, you know, when you're out there in that little square box on your side, the rectangle of the entire court, you just tend to kind of hear the noise. You don't really listen. And so it may just be like, oh yeah, okay, they've got a few more fans cheering for them. That's not a problem. I think the fans have been pretty good cheering for just great volleyball rallies at the moment. It's when you play in places like Brazil when there's 10,000 Brazilians and they just do not let up cheering for their own country. They don't give you one little cheer. It's all boos.
It is some place to play, that's for sure, in the beach stadium on Copacabana Beach. Well, I counted more Norwegian than Swedish flags, but I think the South African fans want to see this one go the distance, and that's why they're cheering for the team in yellow. But whatever, I mean, it's the oldest cliche in the book. The beach volleyball has been the winner. This has been a marvellous final to watch so far, and from a neutral point of view, long may it continue. The Norwegians have got other ideas, and Anders Moll convinced that's on the line. Referees convinced it isn't, and their decision again is final, 12-10 Sweden.
I like that. Support the sport. Love it.
Tight. Great hand set under pressure. It comes back. Oh dear, no. Little shank pass there from Moll, trying to be too precise with the option ball, but just about put away.
I think that first set that he made, he was almost waiting for the referee to call him.
Yeah, I think you're right.
A pretty deep dish, but that was a great little save there from Sørum.
Superb. There is no one in the world better at the moment at hitting that inside to out option ball coming across his body. David Åhman is a genius.
Yeah, it's not the favoured side to hit the second ball from, that's for sure, because it's got to come across your left shoulder to your right hand.
Another tester for Sørum. Passes the test with flying colours as he bounces that one out of the arena.
Again, this time Sørum using that long angle from the same spot, the left side of the court, to the big right angle.
Still trying to find the point on their serve, though. That mini break in favour of Sweden. Moll to try out the jumper again, and he's roasted it straight past Åhman, and it's more fantastic judgment from the Swedes.
Well, they know they've got to keep the pressure on Sweden, otherwise they're just going to eat up anything that's not a tough serve. Their passing is absolutely on point tonight.
Yeah, nicely done. As long as you side out games in good nick, I don't mind a few missed serves, Kerry, because it means Sweden are not getting any rhythm on side out, and when the serve does eventually go in, it could be trouble.
It does. The only other, the negative of that is it just takes the pressure off.
See if Sørum can get some pressure on. He can. Oh dear, well, the jump set goes up. We'll see what Norway say about this at the end of the rally. They let the ball do the talking, then they'll have a chat with the ref.
Yeah, we all saw that one coming, but the ref's being a little bit lenient there. But I mean, it came out relatively cleanly. It's it's just so unusual. Nobody else does it like that. He looks, Moll is just like, please. And he sees it from a different angle, and that's the difference as well. He sees it front on where the referee sees it side on. So it's really hard to tell.
We're level. And that is a tremendous hit from Jonathan Hellvig. He has more than held his own in this match today. There's a faint whiff of tiebreaker in the air in Cape Town. Good leave, very good judgment again. Wind now blowing towards the team in red, so that's going to take anything long over the baseline. And it means that Moll can now whack a jump serve. He hasn't put one in for 2 or 3 rotations. In it goes, great pass. That's just incredible. The way that they position themselves for those plays, Kerry, but the confidence with which they hit them.
That's it. That's what's winning them games. It's their supreme confidence in their own game. They don't let up, and they don't let anybody tell them otherwise.
Lovely set. Lovely kill. He's done it again. He has literally said to David Åhman, I'm hitting this ball down the line. Would you like to come and get it? And when David Åhman doesn't, he hits it down the line. That is so good. 16-all, deadlock in set 2. As Sweden chase this match. And again, another fine kill from Jonathan Hellvig. So they've backed off from the option balls for a couple of plays, and Hellvig's put some nice spikes away.
Hellvig's got a really fast arm. I think that's definitely why the second ball option is so successful. Fast and high.
Wow, change up. They go to Mol, and Mol just takes it off the block and away. That was a little bit of a heart in the mouth moment, but he's got the kill.
A little bit of a surprise. Oh, what? Okay, I'll pass and hit.
Just
How high
clipping
does
the
he
fingers. It's crazy. I mean, that's properly getting the number up over the net tape. Off sand. Oh, he's got him. Monster block number 4 from Mol, and the Vikings have had to wait a long time to get it, but they've got the mini break.
I was super impressed with his timing, coming off big jump serve. And I was going to say, he doesn't get to swing on the side out. He doesn't play defense where he gets to transition and have a swing. The only thing he can keep his arm warm with is the big jump serve, Anders Mol.
But the switch of ends means it's not as easy to serve from this end with the breeze on their back, so takes a bit of pace off. Shank pass though, and well reached. Oh, that's a classy block from Anders Mol.
He had to really wait that time for Åhman to see what he was going to do, make sure that he couldn't get any sort of play on this. All he had to do was touch that. That was going to be a little pokey out to Hellvig to hit.
It was, wasn't it? We've just been deprived of one of the plays of the day by the dinner plate hands of Anders Mol. There we go. There are Norwegian fans there in the stands, and they're happy again because Norway have a 2-point advantage. Sweden go to the timeout and carry all that great work from Åhman and Hellvig has been undone.
Now, I'm just really impressed with the patience that Norway have had in this match.
Well, we said it was going to deliver this game, and every so often a game comes along and you don't mind setting it up to be the big one because you know it is going to be. And this has been a remarkable battle. Is it our last little trot around the crowd with the camera as we come to the end of a fabulous tournament here in Cape Town? Last time was 2005 that we came here with the World Tour. It's great to be back in South Africa. Away we go. 2 points required for Norway to win another title. Option taken, defended. He almost had too much time there, Sørum.
Yeah, the ball off the top of the net just put his timing off a little bit, put a bit more spin on it. Couldn't adjust in time.
Big point this for Sweden. That's a good pass under pressure from Sørum. And again, Hellvig's got a piece of it. And Åhman can't put it away. Mol hammers off the block. And the wind just took the ball away from David Åhman, and he couldn't swing on it.
Well, he knows that that was the set right there. He knows that was the opportunity, and it's gone.
2 championship points for the Volley Vikings. Jump set, nicely put away. I love those darts from David Åhman. He's been iced in this game though. And apart from his option ball hitting, hasn't had as much to do as his partner, who's coped very well with the pressure. But Mol and Sørum, as they so often have, the luxury of a swing for the title. Good pass from Sørum. Up it goes high. This for the championship, and down it goes. And they've done it again. Anders Mol and Christian Sørum at a 3rd Beach Pro title to their already impressive list, and they just can't stop winning. The Volley Vikings are back, and they've beaten Sweden by 2-0 in a cracking final in Cape Town.